Oh, look. Hey, welcome to Fantasy Blitz.
We're back. Nick's back.
I'm back.
Eli's back.
Don't worry. Everything's great, guys.
These people are sick and tired of seeing me sitting over here all by myself. 2 shows back to back of
It's great.
just Adam in the corner.
Don't put Adam in the corner.
No one puts Adam in the corner.
No. We're good. We're good to go. Oh, my gosh. My phone's going off. What is happening right now?
Say what up, Eli. Put yourself on camera real quick.
Let me see.
We need you more involved.
Yeah, you just got
What's
there. You
going
look
on?
big screen.
at that.
Cheers,
Big
James. How we
screen.
doing? How we
Changes here.
That's
Changes
incredible.
are coming. I got to put my phone on silent. I'm
Yeah,
so
you
sorry.
should. You should.
I'm so sorry. We're trying to run a professional operation here.
Yeah.
Um,
Week 9.
guys, week 9. I recorded a video this afternoon.
Really?
Yes. The title of the video is I regret who I drafted.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair.
But here's the purpose. I broke down because I changed my normal draft strategy for the Fantasy Blitz team, and I have paid the price. So now you can learn from my mistakes for next year. But yeah,
Man,
it's not great.
I am kind of in the same boat. Like, I got bit bad because I don't know if you remember, all season I was preaching, you're taking 2 wide receivers back to back.
Yes, I talk about that.
Name a second-round wide receiver that hasn't sucked this year.
AJ Brown.
Okay, he should have been first round,
Yeah.
and probably
Yeah,
was.
respectfully. Back then,
Yeah.
though, I was looking at him. I got early AJ
Yeah,
Brown.
he's like right at the 1-2 corner. So, okay, name another one.
I'm just like,
name another one. Olave, yeah. Garrett Wilson, bad.
Yeah, bad.
Jalen Waddle, decently bad.
It's been bad. And there were like 2nd and 3rd round running backs that people were taking that are just no longer in play anymore.
no.
Yep.
R.I.P. J.K. Dobbins. He's not dead, but his knee is dead.
Yeah, him
His
and
knee is
like
dead.
Najee's non-existent. Ramondre's kind of been bad.
Nick Chubb. Yeah,
R.I.P.
I went deep into all this stuff. I went into the data to show how my picks ended up screwing me, and I actually did a stare and compare between my other league that I did my normal RB wide receiver, and how I have become very competitive in that very competitive league. But
It's sad.
Yeah.
But week 9 is here. Things are starting to shape up. We got 3 really good games. We were just talking about this before the stream started.
it's gonna be great.
3 really good games, and they're all at like really bad times. So also, FYI, Frankfurt games is on Sunday. So
I have a
9:30
slide for that
a.m.
now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So let's go into the first like injury report real quick. And this is kind of an interesting one. Just because, teams on bye, lots of good teams on bye, first of all.
Yep.
49ers, Lions, Jacksonville, Denver. We don't really care about Denver.
Apparently,
but-
Denver's like one of the best teams in the NFL now because they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
saw
saying.
some. I saw
Yeah,
some
I'm
really
just saying,
funny.
absolutely.
I saw some really funny like Denver fans on Twitter, and they were like, "We always said nobody beats us 7 times in a row."
We
I was like,
always-
that's so
They're
true.
known for saying that. Yeah,
They are.
well known.
All right, let's get into the injury report though. Let's get out of here. Yeah,
But you should like and subscribe
you
first.
should.
Yeah.
You should. There we go. Okay, so I picked a couple of random ones here. There's a lot of people who are like on the injury report technically, but I think are like pretty much it's a given that they're going to play. These are ones that I was more on the fence with. Raheem Mostert actually did practice today, so that has been amended a little bit. But these are guys that I was specifically worried about. Mostert because he's got a tough matchup coming. Like it's going to be a high-scoring game. I can't see him, being needed that much.
Yeah.
I would imagine they throw the ball a lot more than normal. So I was like, okay, maybe they just kind of like back down a little bit from him, but he's practicing, so I think that's going to be okay. Drake London is not practicing.
Yeah.
So all of you that needed him in the flex, probably keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything that said he's not going to play.
And that would be super annoying.
It would, but not practicing on Thursday is not a good look.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on Drake London. He's been heating up slowly, and now he has Heineke starting at QB for him. So like,
Woof.
hopefully better than Ritter.
It
So
definitely
like,
will be better.
Wait, what do you mean?
I know it will.
What are you guys saying?
Oh,
Ritter
Heineke
bad.
over Ritter all day.
Ritter bad.
All day.
Ritter not good.
I love it.
Eli, you can go back to the full shot on us now.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
People need to see the faces.
There we go.
That's why they're here. Okay.
Okay,
Let's-
Matthew Stafford. Let's get yeah, shut up. Matthew Stafford, we all know he like got his thumb crunched up.
Yeah.
Apparently he avoided a major injury and
really?
it's just like a pain management thing. I read that today.
Okay.
Still keep an eye on him.
NFL's really good at that.
Yeah. Whatever they're giving those guys, they manage that pain.
Ooh, baby.
That being said, They have a bye week next week, so it wouldn't surprise me if they just hold him out this week and just give him the full 2 weeks to heal.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on Matthew Stafford, and that also by proxy means keep an eye on Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. Those guys are both going to drop in projections. I know they've been or at least Cooper Kupp has been kind of disappointing recently, but he's still Cooper Kupp. Anyways, and then Aaron Jones, bruh. Packers fans, bruh.
What are you gonna do?
This dude has not practiced full in like 3 months.
Gee
Like,
whiz.
what are we doing over there, man?
Yeah.
Packers offense is anemic. Their defense is bad now. We got rid of Rasul Douglas. Aaron Jones isn't practicing. Like, everything is bad. So keep an eye on Aaron Jones. If he plays, I'd play him, but it doesn't look good. All right.
Good.
Those are my little injury picks for the day. Just some updates for you.
Yeah. Let's move on here. Let's get to the good stuff. This is tonight's game.
Speaking of not good things, lowest point total, I think, out of all the games is tonight's game. But I kind of disagree a little bit. I think both these teams have the ability to put up a lot more points than people are thinking, especially with, like, maybe Will Levis is good and he can put up 4 touchdowns again.
We'll see.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. That's why I have him on here as, like, a streaming option.
Yeah.
I would not trust him as your number 1 QB right now, but there's a lot of decent QBs on bye. Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson's on, like, all those. So if you need somebody, like, I would imagine waivers are going to be pretty hot right now, so Will Levis might be an option. Give it a shot. Like, maybe you have a pretty good record and you can afford to give him a shot. Same thing with Hopkins. Not super in love with it. Pittsburgh is a bit of a pass funnel, so I kind of don't hate it. But if you look at last week's game, everyone's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, he put up like 45 fantasy points." Dude had 4 catches. 3 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah.
That is not repeatable. That just not.
No,
it's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That being said, I think you can start him here, and I would imagine maybe he gets a deep ball touchdown and then like 3 mid-range catches. I'd be happy with that.
Okay.
Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. You're never going to sit him.
Nope.
This is actually a decent matchup on the run game also, so I'm looking forward to that. He's about as safe as you can get with a running back. He's going to get 20 touches, and he's Derrick Henry. So on the other side of the ball, Pittsburgh, a lot less confident in these guys.
I'm so sketched out about playing anyone on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare all season. I mean, like, George Pickens for a long time was like non-existent, and then he had like 3 games in a row where he was like great, and everybody was like, "Sweet, we got our guy back." And then he puts up a dud last week. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But I think you can get him out this week. Tennessee doesn't have an elite pass defense by any means, so him and Deontay Johnson, like, probably good enough to start. That's it though. Like, they're tight end out, running backs against Tennessee. No, thank you. Both those guys are like some of the least productive running backs in the league. I like Jalen Warren
against a very good run defense.
One of the best. Yeah.
Still a very good run defense.
Don't start their running backs.
It does not spark joy. What does spark joy is the chat. Derek has a question.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see if I can read it from there.
All right.
Oh, wait, I got it right here on my
10-point, half PPR, 2 flex, sending Olave and Mostert for JJ and Aaron Jones.
6 and 2. My other running backs are Eckler, Kamara.
Okay, well, you're fine on running back. Wide receivers are Lamb.
Hollywood.
I would do that. I think I would do that just because you don't. I mean, I kind of feel like you're losing the trade a little bit. But if Justin Jefferson comes back and they actually want to compete, then you have probably the best wide receiver room in your league.
Even with Dobbs coming in.
Yeah, I would think he'd be fine. I mean, Justin Jefferson.
I think Jefferson with whoever is going to be.
Well, and that's okay. That's what I'm thinking here. And let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I have a feeling that we're going to see an okay showing from Josh Dobbs.
Well, you're not playing this week.
He's not going to play. They're not playing him.
No shot.
There's
no shot he plays this week. Yeah.
Interesting. Either way, there's going to be an okay showing for whenever Dobbs does play. But what's opened up now is the run game. And so there's going to be that spy. There's going to have to be a spy now that's going to be looking for Josh Dobbs to break out, and that's going to take some pressure off of Justin Jefferson. So.
Yeah, I would. I mean, and it's Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, I think I would go with that. I don't love it because I think Olave and Mostert are still very viable players. Mostert's like the number 4 or 5 running back in fantasy right now. I know his workload is going to be going down, so I've been kind of moving away from him. Olave's been slightly disappointing. But you're 6 and 2, so I think you can afford to take a chance there. And that would give you, I mean, if JJ comes back and he's good, you're looking at Eckler, Kamara, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb as your 4 guys. Like, woo, I'd take that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd run it. I'd run it. All right, let's go to the next game.
Let's go to Germany.
Look at that JPEG.
Let's go.
That's right, baby. You're thinking this game's going to be a heater. I think this game's going to suck
There's that chance.
because they don't travel well. No one travels to Europe well. The only reason Jacksonville did well their second game there is because they were there for a week and a half and they'd gotten acclimated. So I don't think this game's going to suck. But that's just me.
There's always that, and it seems like this whole year we've had like these fire matchups that everyone's like, oh, it's going to be like 55-point total. No. And it just doesn't happen.
Kansas City's playing like ass.
Yeah, they looked bad last week.
They're just getting
But
away
the week before
somehow. I
that, they
don't
looked
know
real
how.
good. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said they're just getting away with their wins. I don't know
That's
how,
true.
though.
Yeah,
They didn't last week.
Yeah, they just not last week.
I think they got exposed. It's not looking great there. But
That being said, though, this matchup.
You talk about Miami. I'll talk about
Okay.
Kansas City.
Honestly, for both of these teams, like you just start who's their
Yeah.
studs.
You have
I
to.
mean, you don't want to overthink this game. I know it's a 9:30 game in Frankfurt. I'm not overthinking it. Mostert's still very startable. Tough matchup, but very startable. Tyreek Hill, like, if you're even questioning that, stop playing fantasy football. Jalen Waddles has been good enough to continue starting as a flex or wide receiver 2. Tua has been good enough to keep rolling out. I think he's
great.
top 5 right now.
He's great.
He's fine. And then, I mean, Kansas City's Kansas City. No surprises.
Yeah, and I think Rashee Rice is going to continue to establish himself as the wide receiver 1 there. He's been very, very good ever since he's kind of ascended there. Travis Kelce is still like the guy. They're probably going to be double teaming. I imagine they're going to shut down Travis Kelce because no one else in the NFL this year has decided to try and shut down Travis Kelce.
Besides the
Broncos. And then, wow, look what happened. They're nothing without Travis Kelce.
It's so true.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game for Kelce. Pacheco is going to be probably picking up a little bit more of that, like backfield
Check
center.
down action. Yeah, I can see that.
So it's going to, I just think this game's going to suck. I think it's going to be 20 points, 22 points max.
Yeah. Hudson says, what does this mean for LeBron's legacy?
Everything.
We don't even want to, I mean, LeBron? He had a great game. What was it, yesterday, 2 days ago? Put up like 35 in his like 22nd, 23rd year in the league. Like,
I don't follow
LeBron.
ball.
We're not talking about that anymore. Let's go to the next game. LeBron's a goat.
LeBron is the worst player.
Ooh,
Okay.
Talk about sucking.
This game is going to be bad. Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about the Rams.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is there to talk about the Rams? Their defense is okay. I mean, they got Aaron Donald, so, I mean, R.I.P. Jordan Love. I mean, if you got to stream a QB, you go with Love, but holy crap, anytime you're going against Aaron Donald, he's just going to be running for his life.
For real.
It's going to be really tough.
And man, the Packers. I mean, just before we get to the Packers, for the Rams, Kupp and Nakua, that's about it. I don't really care who's starting at QB. You run those guys out.
Yep.
That's just what you do.
All day.
I'm not really happy running out any of their running backs because they're in a 50-50 split right now between Royce Freeman and Darrell Henderson.
Dude, Derek, thanks for the sub, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Coming out, dude.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
I'm not starting either of those running backs. They're bad.
Yep.
So Kupp and Nakua is about it. Green Bay side of things. All right. Sad Packers fan moment inbound. Love, I don't really know what's going on. Like the offense is like regressing.
Yeah, praying for everyone there.
I mean, gross. And like the receivers can't catch footballs. And Christian Watson has been non-existent. And Aaron Jones hasn't played. Like, what's going on? So pretty much, I have an asterisk next to Jones there. There should be an asterisk next to everybody.
The whole team.
Yeah.
The whole team is an asterisk at this point.
Jordan Love is good to give you 15 points in fantasy. So streaming him, you're not really like that in bad of a spot. I mean, because he will get you a couple of points, 15, 20.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
They'll do
it's a
good
home
in the
game.
cold
It
against the Rams.
Man, I used to think that too. And then like every time we would have a playoff matchup in Lambeau and everybody's like, oh, they're coming to Lambeau.
Yeah,
It's
wasn't
going
it
to
one
be
year
tough.
against Tampa Bay?
Yeah, it was.
Tampa
The
Bay
ice
came in.
dome.
Yeah, it was like ice cold, and they walked away with the win.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. If Jones is playing, you're starting him. He's elite when he plays and is healthy. Whenever that is, I don't really know. Christian Watson, also elite, phenomenal wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really know what's been going on.
They don't know how to use them.
No, they really don't. And I think they know and are starting to realize, like, we got to make some changes here. So I would keep starting Watson. He's good enough to roll out. I mean, we've seen him just have deep balls and, have like 5 catches for, 120 yards or something. Like that could happen. So I'd roll him out again, but not happy as a Packers fan.
Next up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
this game's gonna suck.
this game's gonna be awful. This was a sneaky pick for a streaming defense. I think New England's gonna go ham against Washington, but this game is gonna be awful all the way around.
Yeah.
If you've got to run someone, run Robinson. It's probably gonna be cold. It's probably gonna be wet, so they're gonna be running the ball a lot.
Tough matchup.
McLaurin is the guy. I mean, look, Sam Howell can ball when he wants to. When the stars are aligned, when Mercury's in retrograde, Sam Howell can ball out. And McLaurin is going to catch the balls. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you've got, I mean, you can almost sit both of these entire teams.
Yeah.
But I do think the defense is a decent pick for a streaming defense. Stevenson is good just because he's one of the few bell cow backs in the entire NFL. At this
He's
point.
all they got.
He's
man.
all they have.
I do want to talk a little bit about Demario Douglas.
Okay, yeah.
That's a name that
Go off, King.
nobody would ever say to start the year.
Yeah.
And that being said, nobody
is
was
he?
saying anything about Kendrick Bourne to start the year.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne was their number one wide receiver who has now torn his ACL or maybe
Yeah,
his
his
Achilles.
Mm.
His ACL. That sucks because he was just heating up. Like he had a string of 3 or 4 games that were really good. And at the same time, Demario Douglas has sort of stepped in a little bit and is now, I guess, the de facto wide receiver 1, kind of. Like he's all they have now, and he looks decent. So I'm kind of I put sneaky flex on there because I think if you're in a really sticky spot or a deep league, you can get away with it. But I'm keeping my eyes on him. I don't think I'd personally roll him out, but I'm keeping my eyes on it just to see Kendrick Bourne was getting looks that were viable and starting.
Yeah.
That could then go to Douglas here, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, gross game. I don't want to talk about that.
Awful. Also, probably going to be a poopy fight.
Yeah.
Tampa
Don't talk
Bay
about Tampa Bay.
and Houston. I mean, Mike Evans, disappointing. Chris Godwin, mid. I always want to say Roddy White. Why do I keep on doing that?
Rashad White.
Rashad White. Okay, Rashad White.
Yeah.
Look, Tampa Bay, they're actually a good team. They're decent in the power rankings. They're probably going to win this game pretty handily. But it does have that shootout potential, but it could get super ugly because both of their defenses are pretty good.
Yeah, they're decent. And this is one you don't really want to overthink too much. You're starting Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rashad White.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that are going to get the ball, so you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to get a little bit of work and they're startable.
Yeah.
On Houston's side of things, Collins holders.
Yeah.
This is your moment.
This is it.
I
Stroud
said it
and
was going to
Collins.
be last week, but now I'm putting my foot down. It's this week. Nico Collins is going to have a great game this week.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud is going to have a great game this week. I know I said it last week. I'm saying it again
Yes,
this
Lord.
week.
Yes,
Nico
Lord.
Collins.
We need an organ in here.
Yeah, I know we do.
We need an organ. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, pull up some Nico Collins stats here.
Yeah,
I'm
pull
going
'em up.
to give some
It's okay.
detailed
You're good.
predictions here. So this is fantasy. You're going to want to go to the PFF up at the top left.
No, it's not PS.
Other tab or whatever that is.
Yeah.
That one.
It's
and then
PFR.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, out of spite, it's an ad. It's an ad. Advertisement's playing. Out of spite, I put Dameon Pierce on the bench.
Oh yeah.
He's a sit until he's in timeout.
I'm not starting a
For
single
a
running
long,
back
long
on that
time.
team. All right,
For
give
a
me that
long,
game
long
by
time.
game log. 2023.
Elijah's doing it. Elijah's in the background right now. He's like feverishly clicking away, trying to hold on to his job that he's not paid for.
There we go. Woo!
Can you close that ad for wiener pills or whatever it is? Thanks. All right, here we go.
All right, this has been bad. Okay, Nico Collins. On even number weeks, elite.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know it's week 9. I'm saying the streak is broken. He's getting 8 catches.
Okay.
No. 7 catches,
Okay.
135 yards,
Okay.
and a touchdown this week.
Wow.
I know I said it was going to be last
Wow.
week.
Yeah.
I know it. But it's happening this week.
Yeah,
Nico Collins' party was postponed. We're back. It's this week.
We're back. It's this week. I would agree. I think he's going to go for, like 10 targets, 7 receptions, 100 yards, and maybe a sneaky touchdown. Nico Collins, second place, super flex, in my opinion. You know who I'm all about as far as flexing goes, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Let's see. What's the next
There we
game that
go.
we got? Oh, by the way, I did sneak in a pick. You're going to have to see if you pick it up on it.
Okay.
Gosh, this game is going to suck.
Yeah. These
Holy
are two.
smokes.
I mean, these offenses. I just saw also Deshaun Watson probably not going to play. I don't know. He was in an interview today, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really know if I'm going to play this week." Like, bro, you're healthy.
Yeah.
What are we doing? So if he doesn't play, holy, even if he does play, you can get away with starting Amari Cooper. I think Jerome Ford's healthy enough to roll out again. David Njoku had a great week last week. I'd be happy with him again. Not really happy, but like keep an eye on things. He could be a sneaky tight end start.
Yeah.
Honestly, has been all year, kind of sneaky.
Yep.
Still kind of gross.
It's
Arizona without a starting quarterback right now.
It's gonna be Kyler Murray, right?
I don't.
I think they're moving past him. Right? I think they're waiting for him to be 100% healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
They don't
think
take any
Kyler
risks.
Murray comes
Yeah.
back this week. I know they're saying he's ready, but I think they're waiting another week to do that, which
Yeah.
means whoever is at
You can go back to the
QB,
full shot.
who is their QB right now? Like Clayton Tune?
I don't know. It's
I don't
it's terrible. Cleveland
Bad.
is going to absolutely trash the Birds.
Yeah, they're going
It's
to put
gonna
up
be
14 points, and that's going to be enough to blow them out.
The
Like,
defense will put up 14
Yeah,
points.
exactly.
They'll get 2 pick sixes and probably a safety. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is going to be, I mean, Ford is going to eat because they're going to get up by like 3 scores very, very quickly. And then he's just going to get fed the ball.
yeah. Bryce Ridley, Deontay Johnson, or Amari Cooper at flex. That is really, really tough. I think if Deshaun Watson's playing, I would go with Amari Cooper. If not,
Yeah.
my gut is telling me Deontay just because the work has been there.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Thursday night games, like who knows what's going to happen on those
Very
Thursday
weird.
night games?
I'm rolling with Johnson.
Yeah,
Johnson.
Cooper's only had 2 double-digit games last 4 games, so I
Okay.
think Johnson's had 2 back-to-back double digits. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, those last 3 games have been without Deshaun Watson, right? Hasn't he
Yeah.
missed 3 games now?
Yep.
So if Deshaun Watson plays, you're starting Amari Cooper. If not, Deontay Johnson is the easy go for
Yeah.
that one. That is tough though.
I'm going to have to go with Cooper just because I think they're going to ball out and I think this is going to be another one of those games where they're going to, even if Deshaun Watson is not the guy, they're going to smell blood in the water and they want to build up their players' attitude. They want to juice them up. They want to give Amari that 150-yard game,
Yeah,
so
maybe.
he can just get that momentum. This
I'm
is a
here for
momentum
it.
building game. Yeah, it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah,
Gonna be a
gross
blowout.
games. I really want to talk about some good games here,
Yeah,
man.
let's go
I think
forward.
they're coming though.
But you should like and subscribe to the channel before anything else. That is the fee. You must like. And if you want to be a cool kid, you got to subscribe to the channel. We're out here pretty much all the time now.
Yeah.
We're doing shorts. Elijah's working 7 jobs just to support Ab and I, so we don't have to work. It's a great team here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate all the support here. Commenting on this video tells YouTube that you like this type of content. So we're coming for fantasy footballers. We're going to dethrone them by this time next year. I can feel it. I can feel it.
I'd
But
be
we can't
fine
do it
with
without
that.
your help.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
be-
easy money.
Oh yeah.
Easy money. Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Give me a good game.
Yeah. Good game.
I know you said
We
a
said
good
a good game.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We said a good
All
game. This
right.
game sucks.
Bears. DJ Moore. You have
The
to play him.
Bears.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You have to play him. I don't know who their QB is going to be. It's not going to be Justin Fields. It's got to be
No.
Teabag again. DJ Moore. It's gross with him, man. He had that one amazing game, of course, against me in fantasy football.
Yep.
And dropped 60 something points, and I was down 100 before the week even started because he had Fields and DJ Moore, and then now DJ Moore falls off a cliff. Of course, he stops
Yep.
playing me, he falls off a cliff. Like
Mhm.
that's just how it's going to go. This is a bad matchup for a Bears QB because New Orleans has a very, very, very good secondary.
Yep.
And they've just been shut down for a while.
Yep.
So they're locking down anybody. I'm seeing Marshawn Lattimore and DJ Moore a lot. I mean, that's going to be a great matchup between them, but I don't think a lot of work is getting done out of there.
No,
So,
no. I think this is going to be a game for New Orleans where they ball out.
let's hope.
Yeah, Thomas is a good flex. Olave, he's going to be good. Kamara has just looked fantastic.
Yeah. Dump off God.
Dump off God. And I think Derek Carr is actually finally going to start putting up some good numbers in this game. I mean, I would even start definitely start the Saints defense if you've got it, or even if it's available. Because yeah, they're ball hawks and they're going to go for it. But yeah, this is not going to be a great game if you're a Bears fan.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rolling out Olave every single week. He's getting 10 double-digit targets every single week,
Yep.
pretty much. If he's not, he's getting 9.
Mhm.
That's just work you can't deny. I
Yep.
mean, I know that they're pretty bad targets from Derek Carr, but you can't not start a guy who's getting 10 targets a game.
Yep.
You have to
You
keep
gotta
rolling
do
him
it.
out. And I think we are like any game now, we're going to see him pop out with, 8 catches, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Like it's gonna happen at some point, anytime now.
Yep.
This is a game where it could very well happen because the Bears' defense is shockingly bad.
Yep.
I would love to see it. Kamara's a smash, although the Bears are actually not that bad against running backs. So I know Kamara's more of a receiving back, but like I don't think he's going to be that productive on the ground. But
let's move on.
Yeah.
This will be good. I'm looking forward to this game.
Okay.
Only because these teams have two so totally different play styles.
They do.
Bird
game.
Bird game. There could be fireworks now. Okay. Lamar, if you're looking at, I believe his rushing touchdowns is third in all of rushers who go for touchdowns. I believe he's in third place.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So Lamar, Andrews, Edwards, just play all of Baltimore. Neither one of these teams' defenses, I would say, are like absolutely. Baltimore has the better defense for sure.
For sure.
But Seattle, I think, is going to be able to pick them apart pretty quickly. I'm thinking Geno Smith is going to just have a good game this time around because they're in the past when these teams have played each other, it's just been fireworks.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be another high scoring game. I don't even care what the over under is on it.
I disagree.
That's fine
with Geno.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because he hasn't looked super good recently.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like borderline startable. Baltimore has a very good defense, and Baltimore plays very slow. Like I can't see a lot of plays in this game. I think this is a low total for plays, which just means, I mean, you want Geno slinging the ball. Baltimore is not necessarily a put up 5 touchdowns kind of team.
No.
So they're not going to be pressuring Seattle to throw the ball more.
No.
And that just doesn't bode well. A good defense that's not really pressuring, I mean, a good defense and an offense that's not pressuring the other team usually means QB is not going to be that great.
Yeah.
So I am not super confident rolling him out this week. That's why I have him in the sits. I think you can find a better option. That being said, Lockett and Metcalf's been disappointing. Lockett's been overproducing for his value right now. I'm still not a huge fan, but you can roll them out okay. Kenneth Walker's good enough. He's a dog. I know he's been a little banged up, but I like him still. I'm not worried about Zach Charbonnet.
Yep.
Baltimore, Lamar, you're starting him. Mark Andrews, elite tight end. I'm honestly like top 2 tight end this week.
Yep.
Easy. Gus Edwards got a ton of work last week. I'm happy to have him out again.
I had him at the beginning of the season too.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask y'all, do you think this is the only, like, he goes up from here on out? Because he's had 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. So do you think he stays? Like, I know he can't do that every week, but do you think he stays on this coast from here on out?
I mean, I think that he stays a 12 to 15 touchback.
Yeah. That's solid enough, though.
He's reliable.
Oh, yeah. With the running back market how it is right now, hell yeah, I'll take that every day. So I would imagine he stays in that kind of range. What that means for the Ravens, they kind of need to step up offensively a little bit more. They've been looking better with like Zay Flowers coming into it a little bit.
Yep.
Mark Andrews is looking really good. Lamar is kind of getting more comfortable. So I would imagine that the opportunities are there, but we really need the red zone carries for Gus Edwards to continue. I mean, they clearly love giving him the football in the red zone. So love that. I'm very happy with Gus Edwards. I love seeing him, take some strides because it feels like we've been waiting for this for like 3 years now or however long he's been in the league. Like, okay, another Ravens running back got injured. It's Gus Edwards time.
Yeah.
Or I think 2 years ago he got really injured or something. I don't know. I'm very happy to see him. I like.
Hey, we're here now though.
For real, we're here now.
We're here now. All right, let's move on. Oh gosh, here we go.
Womp womp womp.
I mean, what do you even do? I mean, you run Bajan. I think is gonna have a great game. They're just going to be I don't know.
He's going to have a great game unless they just don't play him for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
he's
putting
sick.
it out there. That's why.
So Elijah, you're the Falcons homer. What's your prediction?
So as far as fantasy goes, I think there will be a few guys that'll pop off. I think Pitts actually does rather well.
Yeah,
agreed.
I think Heineke likes to spread the ball out more than Ritter. I think Ritter likes to have his safe zones.
Yeah.
But as far as the Minnesota side, it's really just Hawkinson and Addison. I mean, other than that offense, it started off the season so well.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like turmoil. I don't know. It's just bad.
So I obviously watched the Packers game last week against Minnesota, and when Kirk Cousins went down and whatever his name was, went in, who is going to be playing this week. I don't think they're starting Dobbs this week.
I'm checking right now.
Dobbs will have been there for what, 4 days?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not they don't, they trade for him, but
oh yeah, he'll start next week for sure. I don't think he starts this week though, and that means they roll out whatever his name is, and holy, that offense was bad.
Yeah,
like bad. So I really like Atlanta defense for this game. Hawkinson, you're still starting. Addison has been really nice. I can still see him getting a deep touchdown. Like that could happen. Bijan, you have to keep rolling him out. I know it's been frustrating. That's the entire Atlanta offense, though. Drake London, if he's healthy and playing, decent enough start. Not great, flexible though. And I agree. I think Pitts has a good game. I don't know. I got that feeling down there in the Jewels that he's gonna have a good game.
In the Jewels, huh? They are.
It's tingling.
The Vikings are starting Jaren Hall.
Yeah, Jaren Hall. That's who it is.
Stream that Falcons defense then.
But hey, look here's the thing though, guys. What has happened more often than not with rookies QBs coming out? It's happened twice so far. Dare we?
I mean, Sunday like this.
No, I can't either.
Just torch us, and now wait, what's his name? I don't even know his name.
Jaren Hall,
rookie.
Jaren Hall. I feel like I went to high school with him. I don't know.
For real. like I just can't see after watching the second half of the Minnesota game last week. There's no way that he performs like we're hoping.
Yeah,
there's no way.
That's what they said about Brock Purdy.
Bad.
And then T-Bag came out, and he's not that bad. We're gonna see if T-Bag is good this time around.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, well let's move on.
I think we go back to the norm with these rookies.
Okay, this is gonna be a great game for Michael Pittman.
Oh yeah,
Jr.
Well, we said that about Nico Collins last week, and then look at us.
I know, but this is also gonna be a great game for Jonathan Taylor.
Oh yeah, should be.
This is also going to be a great game for Chuba Hubbard. And I put him on here. Do you know why I put him on here? Because Indy has the 4th worst running defense in the NFL. And Hubbs is the guy in Carolina.
He's a Hubbs.
He's realistically, though, the reason I left him off of the initial sheet, I just hate Carolina running game.
I know.
I hate Carolina straight up. So
I hate them too. Whatever they're doing in their run game. Chuba Hubbard got like 12 touches, I think, last week. And they're just like garbage touches. I know he's better than Miles Sanders looked, which is weird, but he is. I don't like it. I think he's fine to roll out this week, especially for a fill-in. Let me touch on KJ Frederick. Let me talk about KJ Frederick's comment real quick. Can y'all see Fournette taking over the backfield in Buffalo in a few weeks? Cook's becoming a third down back. Buffalo's running back situation has been really gross.
Yeah.
They have an extremely talented running back in James Cook. He's great. I think he's an awesome running back. And then they just, for whatever reason, don't really use him properly. They don't give him space. They don't let him, they're not really giving him any passing work.
They don't have a scheme for him. They don't have a scheme for a running back.
Yeah, they really don't. And I think if Leonard Fournette comes in and does something, it will be bad for both of them. Because I can see both of them getting work, and we start looking at a Patriots 2 years ago situation where it's like, where it was like Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson just splitting work, and you couldn't do anything with either of them, and it was bad.
Here's my question.
All right.
Do you think the Bills are bringing in a bruiser like Fournette because they're expecting the tush push to be not allowed anymore?
No.
You've heard that though. You've heard that they're gonna outlaw the tush push.
I know.
The brotherly shove.
I don't think the Bills care too much about it. Okay. I mean, they have Josh Allen, and Josh Allen loves to run anyways. So
he's a giant.
Yeah,
he's a giant man.
I don't think they care. I do think that this is more of a fill-in for Damian Harris going down. Actually, so I that's what I think this is. I think it's a depth play. There's a reason that Leonard Fournette wasn't signed earlier in the year by somebody. He's probably just not that good, So I don't think anything happens, KJ. Back to this game real quick, Indianapolis, Carolina. Thielen, you're still rolling him out. Somehow he's still startable. I have him as my trade sell high guy right now because all logic says he should be going the other direction. So naturally I'm going to tell you to trade high. On Indianapolis side of things, Pittman's been good enough. Jonathan Taylor was a little banged up to start the week. He's had some injuries. I think he practiced in full yesterday or maybe today. So I'm happy with that. He's been looking really nice. And the reason I have Zach Moss on there with a bunch of asterisks is because that running back situation is still kind of weird, and like Jonathan Taylor was a little banged up. So I had those there in order to tell you, keep an eye or an ear open for whatever the news is coming out of that backfield. Okay. Like if they say something about Jonathan Taylor's reps getting capped, then I would roll out Zach Moss, just because they seem to really like him.
But you got to roll out Gardner Minshew.
In a 22-man league, yes.
Yeah, oh yeah. In my 38-man league, Gardner Minshew, elite.
You guys are drunk. Minshew's been putting up. He's been doling out dimes.
I think there are 10 better quarterbacks than him.
Oh, for God's sake. Do you guys know how many teams are on bye and how many quarterbacks are injured right now?
It's true.
There's
not a bad
QBs
stream
out there.
He's not a bad stream, and this is the spot to do
guys,
it.
I'm going all in.
Yeah,
Speaking of going all in, here we go. Speaking of going all in.
We're out of here.
On to the Giants and Ray.
Guys, this is great. Okay, here. First of all, get the camera back on me. Hang on. I'm going to address the audience. Okay, guys. Gardner Minshew, mortal lock, 22 points this weekend. Boom. Moving on. Las Vegas. It is a new day in Las Vegas because the bad man is now gone.
Can we agree? You're a Raiders fan.
I am a Raider. We can agree about that, yeah.
We can agree that this could be the worst game we've ever seen on football.
This could be really, really bad. But for Raiders fans, it's cathartic. We're just going to...
No, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're in Margaritaville. No one's really going to do anything. No one's going to do shit. Our whole season's gone, okay?
Yeah.
We're in maintenance mode. Devontae Adams is stuck with us for a little bit longer. This is probably going to be the worst game I'm going to watch, probably the first quarter, see how it goes. There's probably going to be an exchange of field goals, and it will remain that way until the beginning of the fourth quarter when the defense gets tired and they both score a garbage time touchdown. That's it. This game is going to suck ass. Start whoever the hell you want to start. It doesn't even matter. They're not going to get any points.
Does it make you feel better that y'all are 1.5 point favorites?
One and a half point favorites.
Because
that should be an example of how awful the Giants are. Yeah. You are a 1.5 point underdog against a team who benched their starting quarterback, benched their fired their head coach, fired their OC, and fired their GM.
Yep.
And you're a 1.5 point underdog. What are you
Vegas
doing?
You're still gonna lose.
I mean,
maybe.
That being said,
yeah.
Saquon got 36 freaking touches last week.
Yeah.
You're not sitting that.
No.
We also had Saquon.
Besides Max Crosby, who's great at pressuring the quarterback and just an all-around great player.
It's not stopping Saquon.
He's not stopping Saquon.
No. And I don't think anybody on the Giants is stopping Josh Jacobs. Yeah. I think he gets 20-plus touches this week, too.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams scares me because AOC is passing the ball. Sorry.
He's going to – I think AOC is actually – going to put up not a fantasy good game, but a good game for AOC.
Okay.
I think he's going to establish himself as, hey, I'm not as bad as Jimmy G.
Yeah,
because Jimmy G, I was so pissed at the game last week.
Me too.
I was seeing red.
That was unbelievable.
I don't have a single Vegas player.
Yeah.
And I was watching that game and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you miss Devontae Adams that many times?
He's throwing the ball to no one, just terrible reads, terrible looks. Yeah, it's Josh McDaniels' offense. He didn't know what the hell he's doing. But Jimmy G had
Josh McDaniels isn't the one throwing that ball, though.
That's true. He had no foresight. It was just, anyway, we got to move on. I'm pissed.
That's going to be a dud.
I'm angry now. Very angry.
Finally.
Yes, this is going to be a bruiser match. Bruisers.
Very happy.
I love it.
This, I alluded to this right as the show started. This should have been a nighttime game. It's a 4:30 game. 4:25.
That's fine.
So we've got Kansas City versus Miami, Dallas versus Philadelphia, and Buffalo versus Cincinnati. Those are the 6 best teams in the league right now, probably. And only one of them is a night game. That should have been Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, all 3 of those games. That being said, this should be a phenomenal game to watch. Unfortunately, if you are not a fan of the teams, you're probably going to be watching 3 games at the same time, so you're not really going to be able to devote all of your attention to this game like you should. CeeDee Lamb going to have a great game. It was phenomenal last week. Set career numbers. I think he had
awesome.
148 or something.
Yes.
I mean, he was just feasting last week. It was awesome to see. Tony Pollard, I think, I know he's been disappointing. He should finish the year as a top 5 back.
Okay.
He should. And I think it will happen at some point. The Eagles didn't look very good last week, their defense.
Yeah, they'll bounce back.
So Pollard, yeah, I'm fine with that. Jake Ferguson, been really solid, consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like him this week. I'm not super in love with it, but for streaming, I know Kittle's out this week. Evan Ingram's out this week.
Yep.
Laporta is out this week. He might be a decent fill-in.
Yeah.
I've been preaching a little Ferguson train here,
There
but
you go.
he might be a decent fill-in. Philadelphia, I don't need to tell you a single thing about that offense.
Not a damn thing.
No. There is not a player. Yeah, okay. There are 2 players that I wouldn't start on that offense. Named 3 players. Julio Jones, not starting him. Olamide Zaccheaus, not starting him. And I'm not starting Kenneth Gainwell.
No. Yeah.
So anybody else on that offense, roll them out, man.
Roll them out.
Roll them out. They're going to ball out
Even the
today.
fullback. Why not?
There was a post on Reddit that I was just reading not too long ago. And some guy was like, would it be bad to have a 3-player stack on a team? And then I was thinking, like, okay, let's say you have a quarterback, wide receiver, and running back.
Yeah.
If you have Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and DeAndre Swift as your 3 stack, holy shit, I'm raking that.
Cha-ching.
So, and then I commented, I was like, you'll be all right. I was like, you'll be good.
Even though Dallas has a great defense, they're going to do well. I think this is going to be a shootout. I don't have anything else to add on Adams.
Well, Adam, I want to add to your Jake
He
Ferguson.
wants to add to it.
Show
yourself.
The Philadelphia Eagles are defending the wide receivers as far. So I think the tight end, active.
Could see it.
Jake Ferguson.
We
Okay.
could see it. We can see it. I mean,
like it.
CeeDee Lamb is good enough to get around Darius Slay.
I do think he'll ball out, but I think that Dak's going to see that his man are covered downfield.
Not starting Dak this week, though.
Oh, absolutely
interesting.
not.
I know he had a
Interesting.
39-point game in a lot of leagues last week.
This is when it comes down.
Don't care. Not starting him. He barely had over 300 yards. A lot of leagues have 300-yard bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened in my main league.
Got it.
He barely had over 300 yards and got lucky with some touchdowns. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not starting him this week, but I'm starting everybody else. So, yeah.
All right.
Pretty
moving on.
straightforward.
This game is going to be awesome.
See what I did there?
I know. That's good.
Little GD action.
I know. He's coming around, folks. He's coming around. Gabe Davis, permanent flex. I don't know how well he's going to do, to be honest. Cincinnati and Buffalo, they tend to go at each other pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this will be a really awesome game. Allen, you're starting Diggs, starting Cook, starting Gabe Davis. Who's their tight end?
Oh,
that's been
Kincaid. I forgot to put Kincaid
Dalton
on there.
Kincaid, yeah.
That's my bad, everybody.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid, definitely startable. Josh Allen, duh. Stephon Diggs, duh. This guy says Josh Allen needs to step it up. Bruh, he's number 1 QB in the league right now. I mean, fantasy-wise, right? Isn't he number 1 fantasy Josh
Is it
Allen?
not?
No.
Could
Look-
it be?
look at it.
No, it's
I'll
Tua.
look it up.
Tua's number 1.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Josh Allen.
No.
Somebody give me the stats on that.
No,
Number 1
yeah, Tua.
fantasy QB in the league right now.
Number 1
If it's not Josh Allen,
from PFR, it is Pro Football Research. It is Tua.
if it's not Josh Allen, then it's
It's
he's top
Josh
3.
Allen and Tua, like kind of
1
swap.
and
But
2.
on my league is pretty standard. It's Josh Allen, but I think
Okay.
the numbers are pretty close. So maybe like
I would imagine they are.
point.
They're probably a bee's dick away from each other.
Yeah, whatever. Starting Diggs, starting Allen. I think James Cook. I'm not worried about Fournette just yet. I probably won't really be worried about him at all. And then Gabe Davis. The reason I put Gabe Davis on there as the number 1 Gabe Davis hater.
Yeah, I know.
This Cincinnati's offense is finally clicking, and they look real good. And I would imagine they force Buffalo to chuck that football.
Chuck the ball.
And if that is happening, that means you get at least 3 routes from Gabe Davis where
Big
it is
play Gabe.
straight
Big
down the
play
field,
Gabe.
and that's it, and he catches a touchdown.
The most electrifying fantasy football player in the entire NFL.
And by electrifying, you mean it's going to either light up your world or shock you to
Heart
death.
stopping.
Yeah, or
Heart stopping.
stop your heart and
Guys,
kill you.
Gabe Davis is a G. We're going to get him on the channel. You know, I know a guy who knows Gabe Davis.
I would love it, man. Get him
We're
on
gonna
here.
interview Gabe
I'll
Davis.
personally, I'll tell him to his face. I'll say,
I'll-
listen, buddy, I can't start you any week.
I'll send
sorry.
him a Stroud Boys t-shirt. There you go. Yeah, you're starting Burrow, you're starting Chase, you're starting Higgins, you're starting Mixon. Mixon's
Easy.
going to have a juicy,
yes.
this is a juicy matchup.
I was just about to
Joe
talk
Mixon.
about this. I'm
Okay,
a
go
little,
for it.
I'm a little biased with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
But I got that feeling.
Yeah.
I got that Nico Collins feeling. I got that Joe Mixon feeling.
It's coming back, baby. It's coming back.
My eyes dilate like a shark when they smell blood in the water.
Oh, wow.
Something
nice.
about
Can
it
we
this
get a
week,
stat
man.
prediction for Joe Mixon?
I'm thinking
stat
Joe
prediction?
Mixon's going to get 20 carries, and he will have 102 yards and 1 touchdown,
Okay.
plus 3 receptions.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
like
I'm going to go 2 receptions. He's probably going to get 20 yards in passing. He's probably going to go for like 115 yards rushing.
That'd be awesome.
But he's going to have 2 touchdowns.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be
What
amazing.
about you?
I'm getting a little tingle.
I'll go 20 total touches.
Okay.
I'll go just under 100, but 2 touchdowns as well.
I like that. I was on the fence about going over 100 or not. My gut is just telling me.
Is this in Cincy or is this in Buffalo?
It's in Cincy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's going to
Something's telling me, man. The Buffalo can't stop the run recently.
No.
Mixon just went on fire a little bit last week. He had some really explosive plays, got his touchdown. Like, could be.
It's going to be
putting
good.
A prediction out there, though. Bengals have won 3 straight. They're going to win another 3 straight. I think they did that last year.
They did. They
like
sure did. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but I really think they're about to turn it up.
Can you look something up for me?
Yeah.
Who were they playing when Joe Mixon had his 5 touchdown game last year?
It's always in November. The Bengals just come alive in November, and they're like, "Hey guys, do you want to go and fail in the playoffs again?" Hell yeah!
Yeah.
And then they get there. We do have a question in the chat from Jacob Ander. I don't think I've seen you here before, bro. Welcome, guys. We got 16 people in the stream right now. This is awesome.
Panthers.
Hopkins or Deontay Johnson PPR? Do I chase the TDs for Hopkins or chase the 14 targets that Deontay got last week?
So this is a phenomenal question for anyone who is slightly new to fantasy. Never chase points. Never chase points. Chase targets are real good to chase.
Yeah.
Carries are really good to chase. You want to chase volume rather than production. That's why I don't like guys like Gabe Davis, because they don't necessarily get a lot of volume. He did great last week, but the volume is not consistently there. Deontay Johnson's volume is very consistently there. I know he hasn't had like an insane game. D-Hop had 4 targets and 4 catches, and 3 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen again.
It's not. Yeah.
It's just not. He could still have a decent game. He's not doing that again.
Nope.
I'm rolling out Deontay Johnson just because of the target share.
Agree. 100% agree.
Who is it against?
Who's it against?
No. Who did Cincinnati play? Am I missing this thing?
Panthers.
Was it Panthers? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That explains it a little bit. But I think we could see a Joe Mixon legacy game. I got that feeling.
I love it. Got that feeling.
Yeah. Next game, I
Down
think we
in
got
my
one more.
balls. All right. Who is it? Oh.
Is this the Monday night game?
I
No,
believe so.
I don't think so.
I think it
Is
is.
it not? Yeah, because I think Cincy and Buffalo is Sunday. So
It is. Yeah, this is Monday night.
Oh,
This is
Monday
Monday night.
night?
I'm
Yeah.
excited for this game. I'm sorry.
What?
I am
excited.
too.
Yeah,
I am too.
I'm actually excited.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Give me your
so-
reason, and then I'll give you mine.
All right, my reason is just because I think the Chargers. I know they're like the meme-ish team of the league right now, but I do think they have a solid defense, and I think they have a solid offense. I just don't know if they can close out games.
No,
And
they
Jets-
cannot.
I don't think
that's
they
fine.
Can.
Verified.
But I think the Jets and the Jets defense versus Chargers offense, I think that's going to mesh really well. So I think that's what's going to happen. What about you?
I agree. I think it's going to be a really nice game, and I'm kind of excited for both of these teams. I know the Jets aren't very savvy and fun to watch from a fantasy perspective.
No. Yeah, annoying.
But Breece Hall looks elite, and Chargers can't stop the run.
Nope.
And Garrett Wilson gets plenty of work as it is, and Chargers can't stop the pass either.
Nope.
So I'm happy to see both of them. I think they're both going to do great. Justin Herbert's a baller, don't care. Keenan Allen's a baller, don't care. Austin Eckler, don't care. He's a baller. He had some great passing work last week, a 30-yard touchdown. Like, give me that. Josh Palmer is getting decent target share, decent work. I think he's a good flex position. I wouldn't really bench your wide receiver 1 or 2 for him, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy. I think this could be more of an offensive showing than people think.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's just going to be. I think we're going to get blue balled again by the Jets and the Chargers because these teams blue ball all their fans all the time.
Yeah.
I think this has a stinker, a lot of stinker mentality.
So Chris says start Nico Collins or Chris Godwin.
Oh,
Tough.
I got my pick.
Go ahead.
You go with Godwin. Collins, I know you're a Collins. You're on your little Collins heater right now, but he's not proven himself. Damn it! And Chris Godwin has been more consistent. So I'm just going with a safe play right now. I'm going with Chris Godwin.
Bucks are playing Ravens.
Yeah.
Right.
No, they're playing the Texans.
Yeah,
Texans. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sorry. Texans, decent defense.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah,
Pretty good
decent.
against the pass too.
But Baker Mayfield
told
balled
you.
out.
Chris, I told you
Chris.
if you weren't here about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. I got that feeling.
Look at the eyes. Look
That
at the
Nico,
eyes.
yeah. If we could zoom in more on my eyeballs, I'd tell you. I got that Nico Collins feeling.
Oh my gosh.
Something's in the air.
Yeah.
I can feel it. This could bite me really bad. I told y'all I had the feeling last week.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
My guy for the week, though, I've been waiting for this one, is Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah.
I really think that's my guy that I've got a good feeling for.
That's a smash.
The Chargers are top 10 for most allowed points to running backs.
Yeah.
Always have been.
So I just think, and the way he didn't have a lot of productivity last week, but I do think that this week he's going to ball out.
You said going with Nico.
Well, Chris,
good choice,
You're
Chris.
damn right. You're going with Nico Collins, and I'm riding that thing till the wheels fall off.
I'm going to take a screenshot of this.
Nico Collins could put up 10 games in a row with 10 points or less.
You're still going to go Nico?
I'm still rolling him out. He's got to blow out both knees before I bench him. Love you, Nico Collins. Do your thing, please.
Oh, boy.
I feel it.
All right.
Next slide.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Over
the not betting slide. Kansas City versus Miami theoretically should have the highest point total of the week. I'm actually going to go with Bills Bengals having the highest point total this week.
Yeah. Do the under on Kansas City and Miami.
I'd agree to that. Because you are right, though, about when teams go overseas, they do not perform.
They don't.
They don't perform.
They don't. Jacksonville actually did okay, but they're used to going overseas.
Yeah,
That's
they got
their
home
thing.
field advantage in 2 weeks.
Which is weird. But you guys are right. That being said, Vegas has this at a 50.5 point total.
It's a trap.
I agree. It should be. But generally, Vegas knows something, and that's the highest projected point total this week as of right now. The lowest being tonight's game, Tennessee versus Pittsburgh. I actually am leaning towards Rams-Packers being the lowest point total. However, that's the statistic of the week right now. So those are the highest and lowest point totals. So if you're considering overs or unders, just think about those.
The Raiders and Giants are going to be the lowest.
That's a good match too. Yeah,
I got 3-2 Raiders. So.
Yeah,
Raiders are going to be. Raiders are ass.
They sure are.
They're ass.
They sure are. We got one last
Bobby.
important slide.
One last important slide.
Fantasy Blitz.
Fantasy Blitz. Yeah, guys, appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hit that like button.
And kind of Wednesdays now.
And kind of Wednesdays. We don't know when. And there's a video dropping Saturday morning about how I ruined my team because I drafted poorly. Check that out. Saturday morning, it's coming out. I believe the title is "I Regret Everything." But yeah, thanks Eli for running the board today.
Love it. Love having him back.
You guys know it.
Yes, I am Nick.
I'm Adam.
And this is Fantasy Blitz, no BS.
And wait. Eli didn't get his thing out. Hold on.
I'm Eli.
Bang.
There he
Eli,
is.
Elijah, young Elijah.
Yeah, we gotta keep
Young
that. We gotta
Elijah.
keep your mic in your face though.
Oh, my bad. I just never want to breathe in. I feel so.
No, you should be breathing in it. It's gotta be like.
should be-
I know that I'm good and close when my mustache is like I can
so
feel
should I
it.
grow my mustache more?
You should grow your mustache out. Everybody should do that.
facial hair is required for Fantasy Blitz.
There you go.
But yeah, Nick,
Yeah.
Adam, Eli, Fantasy Blitz,
Fantasy Blitz, no
Tuesdays
BS,
and
just
Thursdays.
Blitz. No BS, just Blitz.
Zero BS. A little bit of
out.
BS.